The Vibe at Vibe is sponsored video content brought to you by MedCity News.
Hello, I'm Arundhati Parmar, Editor-in-Chief of MedCity News, and I have with me here today Narayan Iyer, Vice President with Wipro. Narayan, you focus on health tech and med tech. Now, beyond clinical documentation, where do you think AI can have most impact?
You see, healthcare right now is at a tipping point. The costs need to be optimized. The administration complexity is extremely high. So our focus at Wipro is around efficiency and innovation, right? And the way we make our customers, our healthcare organizations more efficient is by using our platforms, which have been built over years of experience, doing healthcare revenue cycle management, claims processing, provider data management, et cetera, and then laying them over with our operational expertise to really reduce costs for our customers. The other area is obviously innovation, where we are looking at improving patient experience for our customers by bringing in newer technology like AI, et cetera. You talked about clinical documentation. Like I said before, the biggest challenge today in healthcare is the cost of healthcare. The cost of healthcare has been raised because of the administrative areas. So we believe very strongly that the first place to apply AI within healthcare is on the administrative side. Not just clinical documentation, it's about claims processing. It's about how you improve the patient experience. So those are the areas which we love to focus on when it comes to AI. Outside of clinical documentation.
And you're absolutely right. Administrative burden adds so much cost to healthcare. It's so true. One of the new buzzwords that we're hearing about these days is agentic AI, the idea that AI can do certain tasks autonomously with little to no human input. What kind of guardrails do you think we should have so that there is no patient harm?
You see, we in technology are really good at introducing new buzzwords, right, and which sound really revolutionary. If you take agentic AI, at the heart of it, it's an autonomous AI which makes decisions by itself, right? And when you're applying it to healthcare, one of the challenges is this AI is going to impact patient care. Right? So obviously there is significant risk around it, and the perception of risk is really high in this. The way you should address this is focusing on three areas. First is explainability and optionality. So most important is the AI should give an explanation of why it arrived at the decision and options around what potential decisions can be with some level of scoring. The second thing is around human in the loop, that how do you bring the human to look at all the explanations and all the optionality and then make a decision saying that this is right. So it reduces human time because that much process of human pouring through documents is reduced, but it also makes it much quicker because all the explanation is given. And finally, a review mechanism of these models, because the model could have been made in really long or past data, right? How do you make sure that the model is current? Right. How do you make sure the model is using the most latest information to makes a decision? So these are the three areas, like explanation, explainability and optionality, human in the loop, and then constant review of the AI models.
That makes sense. But what about patient engagement? Do you think AI can be used to boost the relationship between patients and their providers?
Absolutely. The challenge today in healthcare is the patient experience is not at the same level of other industries. Moreover, even physicians don't get a lot of eye contact with their patients. Most of the time they spend time pouring into their computers, documenting what they are doing, because otherwise for every hour of patient time, they need to spend 2 hours of documentation. So AI can certainly help here, bringing in voice recognition, bringing in note-taking, all of that can keep the doctor and the patient to be just a conversation, and at the end of the visit, all of this can be summarized and put into the EHR. So I think that day is coming very soon because the pace of AI development is going very fast. We also focus, what we are demonstrating is how to use Gen AI in patient contact center, member contact centers. We are demonstrating how AI can be used in invoicing, checking duplicate payments, because cost is a significant pressure for providers. And the third AI with a partner View, what we are demonstrating is how can instant payments be made? Because again, cash flow is a big challenge for hospitals. So these are the ways, the overall experience can be improved for patients, for physicians, as well as for all the stakeholders in a healthcare ecosystem.